So next, I would invite Peter Tuffley, representing the Beckenham Neighbourhood Association, to the table. Peter, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good morning. Oops. This mic's on, is it?
Yep.
Right. Basically, we see this need to revise the draft annual plan as trying to make the best of a very bad situation. And at the outset, we'd like to congratulate the council and its staff on having risen to an unprecedented challenge, needing to revise the original draft annual plan in the relatively short time between the onset of the COVID-19 crisis and the statutory deadline for signing off on the annual plan and striking a rate. And we welcome this opportunity to comment on what must be regarded as the result of an impressive organisational effort driven by excellent leadership. So we would like to congratulate Madam Mayor and Madam Chief Executive and all others concerned in the process. We will be submitting a revised version of our original submission by the deadline of 29th June. What I would like to do here is firstly to highlight aspects of the original draft plan that are unchanged and to which we attach particular importance, and secondly to comment on features of the updated draft plan that we regard as significant. Overall, we think the council has met the challenge well, but we do have some reservations here and there. Firstly, in the area of finance, we welcomed the achievement of a lower overall rate increase than envisaged for this year in the LTP, and we applaud the proposal for an even lower average rate increase in the updated draft plan. In this regard, we note that there were calls for a nil rate increase in view of the COVID-19 crisis. We appreciate the council's having given those calls serious consideration, and we accept the conclusion that this could not be achieved without unacceptable reductions in scope or levels of service. Turning to water-related matters, firstly, we support the proposed excess water use charge. We don't wish to cast doubt on the council's intention to continue giving a high level of priority to the allocation of resources to wastewater as well as to water supply. However, we note some local instances of cuts in these vital areas of expenditure, notably $4.5 million slashed on Eastern Terrace trunk main renewal and a relatively minor sum on Palatine wellhead conversion. In relation to wastewater, Summerfield pump station and pressure main gone. Eastern Terrace wastewater main upgrade, $345,000 cut. These are local instances, but their impact is not local. It will be they will have network implications, and we're seeking an assurance from the council that those cuts and similar cuts, which have no doubt taken place elsewhere in the city, will be reinstated in next year's annual plan. Turning to parks and heritage, nearly 10 years ago, the Mid-Heathcote Linear Park Master Plan implementation, which was all ready to go, was put on hold because of earthquakes. It's still on hold, and that approaching anniversary makes it pretty painful to see the originally proposed spend of $121,454 being axed in the update, even though there is a compensating $64,000 proposed on bank stabilisation. As with other local expenditure cuts already mentioned, we seek an assurance from the council that this item will be reinstated in next year's plan. Turning to glyphosate, we applaud the Council for seeking specific feedback on this issue. The rationale for the proposed return to the use of glyphosate-based weed killers appears to us, on the face of it, sound, even though the step may cause some regret, providing that their use is conducted in a manner that is not hazardous to environmental and public health. In that regard, we note the protocol set out in the draft, and we would observe that all will depend on council contractors observing and following the protocol strictly. And that will could require some policing.
Now, just draw your attention, Peter, to the fact that we've come to the end of the 5 minutes set aside for the submission, but noting that obviously you're going to be providing a written submission that we'll look forward to receiving.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us today. Thank you.